Right, okay guys, so I'm going to be honest, this one's going to be a bit of a low tech, sitting on the sofa, pickups vid. I've woke up with a banging headache, and no matter what I do, it don't seem to want to go. And that's always a worry, because quite often when I get that, it then turns into a migraine. So I thought, you know what, I need to do this video. Let's just get it done as quick and easy as possible and just get on with things, you know. So, right, okay, so I've got a bit of a list, so I'm going to be looking down at prices occasionally, just so I can tell you where I got it, how much it was. Because I had a couple of nice little results here with some films, which are normally quite expensive, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So, right, okay, so we're going to start this one off with Legend. Legend, you know, it's been around for a while now. For some reason, I didn't have it. It is a good film. I enjoy it anyway. It's obviously Tom Hardy. And this was £2.05 from Music Magpie. As you know, they resurfaced the discs, but also with this being Blu Ray, there's less chance of it being damaged. So, you know, I've got a good disc, and it's you know, I've already watched it. It's still a good film. I can see what some people say about the film, like in the way that the story progresses, but you know, I actually enjoy it, so that's why I picked it up. Good film as far as I'm concerned. Right, now this one is one of them that I'm talking about here that I got for a good price, and is normally a lot more expensive. And I have noticed that since I picked it up, it has gone up in price at that actual place. They must have realised they had it too cheap. So unfortunately, if you're watching this and you do try to go and get it, it will be more expensive. And that is Equilibrium. Now this is an upgrade. I've got this on DVD. I wanted to upgrade it to Blu Ray because, quite frankly, it's a great film. If you've not watched this film, you should give it a look. Loads of what they call gun fu in this. Basically a martial art with guns. But there is also plenty of hand-to-hand combat and even some sword play as well. Very good film. Now, the reason I'm mentioning about the price is because I picked this up. Let's have a look at my list. I got this for £7.65 on Music Magpie. Literally the day after I purchased this, I noticed it went back up to £17.29. And it's pretty much that sort of price everywhere you look for a second-hand film, I should add. For some reason, this one's quite pricey. My guess is it probably went out of print on Blu Ray quite early on, and so as a result, it's now quite sought after, and so it drives the price up. Like I say, this is an upgrade. I did have it on DVD. I haven't got round to watching it on Blu Ray yet, but I'm sure it will look great. So yeah, one of my favourite films, this. Like I say, if you like gun fu, you should definitely give this a watch. Great film. Then we move on to Transformers Dark of the Moon. As you'll see, it's still sealed. I've not actually watched it yet. Reason I picked this up, again, another upgrade. This one I got brand new from Amazon, and at the time I bought it, it was £2.36 brand new. So it was a no-brainer to get it. I'll be honest, I own, at the moment, up to number 4, I believe. I don't think I've got the last one, or the Beasts one, because to be quite honest with you, these films have got a little bit silly. They're pretty much copy and paste, aren't they? Let's be honest. I think the only ones really that had any originality to them was 1 and 2, and then after that they just copied the format of number 2 progressing onwards. So, but this one I wanted to get because, like I say, I already had it on DVD. I wanted to upgrade it, and also because it's got Leonard Nimoy voicing Sentinel Prime. So, you know, as you know, Leonard Nimoy is no longer with us. So I think if you can find stuff that he's in, it's worth picking up, you know, because he is a guy that obviously is well known for Spock, but also other things too. He's no longer with us. So yeah, that's why I picked it up anyway. £2.36 from Amazon, bargain. Now this one, and this one's an interesting one, because I thought, yeah, I picked this up quite cheap, because at the time I did. However, you can now find it cheaper. So, Home Alone. Right, we've got a tradition of watching this film in this family every Christmas. Always sit down as a family and watch this film. Had it on DVD. I have got it digitally, but I wanted it on physical. And at the time, the only place I could find it for a good price was CEX for £3, because you pay £2.95 postage. Well, I ordered it, it came through, and then I noticed that Music Magpie had it for, I think it was £5.65. So technically, if you like look at the price I paid with the postage at CEX, I would have paid 30 pence more. So you can get it cheaper with Music Magpie. However, at the time this wasn't available on there, so I bought it from the cheapest place I could at the time. Again, a good price. You will pay more for this in most other places, I've noticed. At the time when I got this from CEX, everywhere else I think was charging about £8. So yeah, good price, I think, for the time. Obviously now you can get it cheaper with Music Magpie, but it weren't the case at the time. So yeah, wow, I went a long way around the houses explaining that one. Anyway, so Home Alone. Then this one I picked up, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, because I suddenly realised going through my Marvel films that this was one I didn't have. Is it my favourite Guardians film? No. Is it my favourite Marvel film? No. Although I wouldn't say it's the worst either. It's not bad. You know, if I'm honest, I've really only got this because Kurt Russell's in it, you know, and I've got up to Endgame, and this is obviously in up to Endgame. The only thing I've bought out of that timeline or storyline has been the third Spider-Man film, if I'm honest, and that's only because that was good. All the others have been atrocious. So yeah, this was in that that storyline, so I needed to get it, and I got this one for, what's the price? £2.10. Again, this was a Music Magpie pickup, so yeah, well worth the price. £2.10, that's really good, I think. So yeah. Now, you would have noticed a little while back I picked up the first one of this, and I've still got the DVD of Red 2, so I wanted to upgrade it. So I now own Red 2, £2.18 this cost me, Music Magpie. If you're not sure what Red is, originally Red was actually a comic. So, and it's Red basically stands for Retired Extremely Dangerous. Yeah, these are all ex-special forces, snipers, assassins, etc. First film is basically their own government trying to hunt them down and kill them, in a nutshell. This one's a little bit different. I'm not going to give it away, but Anthony Hopkins is in this, and I think he steals the show. I personally find his character hilarious in this, because there's a lot of marvellous like that, and then he like rub his hands, you know. It's very funny. It's just the way he is. There's one point he's marching around like he's a soldier because he's meant to be mad. So, and it just seems like Anthony Hopkins is enjoying the role he's playing. He's like really milking it for all it's worth. And so as a result, it's quite comical. I find his scenes steal the show. So yeah, this one, like I say, I picked it up, £2.18, Music Magpie. Is it as good as the first one? Not really, but Anthony Hopkins kind of steals the show, like I say. So for me, it's not bad. It's worth getting. Right, now, these ones, everyone's going to be, why have you got them ones? You can find these everywhere, Lee. Yes, you can, but I needed to upgrade them from DVD. So first of all, Now You See Me 1. I picked this up for stupid money, really. £1.96 I got this for, Music Magpie again. The reason I bought this is because as a family we enjoyed this film. I've got it on DVD. I wanted to upgrade it. So, you know, for that money, £1.96, I mean, that's a steal, right? So, yeah, so I've got that. And of course, as we own Now You See Me 2, and you see that as well for silly money, you pick that up too. So I wanted to upgrade this also. And this one was £2.48. So yeah, both good prices. Now, if you can overlook the fact that it's got a grade A douchebag in it, in the form of Mark Ruffalo, then, you know, these are good films. You will notice, if you watch this one, the female is different in this one. The reason for that, a lot of people don't realise this, so here's a bit of trivia for you, is because the female in this one, who's there, she nearly drowned in the water tank scene. I don't know if you remember that in this film. There's a part where she basically does a Houdini trick. She's in a tank of water, she's chained up. And yeah, basically something went wrong in the filming and she nearly drowned. So she didn't come back for the second one. So it was replaced by another actor. So there's a bit of trivia for you guys if you didn't know that. And then last but not least, we've got The Bank Job, Jason Statham. Now, if Blu Ray Movies is watching this, he's going to love this because he's a big fan of Jason Statham. And if you haven't got this one, Roy, you need to get this one because this is a good film. Not like most of Jason Statham films where he's, you know, kicking a granny out of someone. No, this one, it's more story driven, and obviously it's about a bank job. Based on true events, although names have changed. A really messed up situation, actually, when you look at it, but an entertaining film nonetheless. A lot of great British actors in this. Again, this film's getting on a little bit now. It's not a new film. But I remember watching it I think I had it on like a dodgy copy years back, and I enjoyed it, but for some reason I'd never got round to actually picking it up. So when I saw this for, what's the price? £2, 3 with Music Magpie. Well, it was a no-brainer to pick it up, really. So I did. I watched it. It's still enjoyable. It's very funny in places as well. This film, although it's got a serious vibe to it, has also got some comedy elements too. So yeah, like I say, if you like your British films and British cast members, it's definitely worth picking up because there's a lot of them in this. A lot of them that at the time weren't so famous but are now. So yeah, good film, worth getting, definitely worth the price I paid for it. So that's all of my pickups for this week. And I say this week because the last one I did was for that week. So I do seem to be picking these up on a weekly basis. I do have a couple more I'm still waiting for, but they're not here yet. So there'll be another one probably next week or the week after. Obviously, Christmas is coming up, so this is going to be slowing down a little bit. Although, at the moment, there are a few I still need to replace on DVD, which are fairly cheap. There are also some that are actually quite expensive. And when I say expensive, they're not really expensive, but they're expensive for a disc. I mean, for example, Over the Top is a film I need to replace on DVD. And I really need to replace that because I watched it on DVD recently, my copy of it, and it looked all right back in the day. It don't look great on a 43-inch TV though. Like when you see far away scenes, like scenes of the truck driving through the mountains, it looks awful. It looks all pixelated and blurry looking. It looks terrible. So as a result, I want to get it on Blu Ray. Now, what you might not realise is it was never released in this country on Blu Ray. So you've got to pick up a European copy of it, which will play on their players. But you'll pay somewhere between 15 and 20 quid for that. And there's quite a few films like that that I'm now getting down to, that I've got on DVD, that I need to upgrade, that are getting pricey now. So yeah, you might find coming out of Christmas, there might be a few less pickups videos, because obviously these films are starting to get quite expensive now. But anyway, I'm just blathering at this point, so I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Like I say, as I've said, where I've got these films, if there's any of these you want to pick up, you now know where to get them and how much you should be paying for them. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Oh, but before I go, I'm going to mention, if you've not checked out a podcast I'm involved with, you really should do. It's available on Spotify, and it's also available over on the Hobby Lodge YouTube channel. We started a podcast where we talk about our hobbies, and obviously I mention a little bit about films there, but also games, because I'm into that, comics, etc. My colleagues, the same, and obviously Martin, the Hobby Lodge, he talks about tabletop gaming as well. So if there's anything like that that you're interested in, then check it out. We have only done one episode so far, but we are coming up to our second episode, so that'll be dropping probably in the next week or so. Right, if you want to check it out on YouTube, it's over on the Hobby Lodge YouTube channel. It's also available on Spotify and iTunes, and I probably should tell you the name so you know what you're looking for. It's called The Nerd, The Chef and The Hobby Lodge, and it's a play on words from The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Obviously, I'm Nerdy Geezer, so I'm the nerd. Retro Chef, who's also involved, is a chef, so he's the chef. And obviously, it's with the Hobby Lodge, so the Hobby Lodge. So it's all very explanatory. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to get out of here. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. And until next time, take care, stay safe. Nerdy Geezer out.